Hey, I'm Mike Askin, and today, guys, I'm here to do an anime review, and this anime review is to Shogeki no Soma Season 3, Episode 3. Guys, Shogeki no Soma Season 3, Episode 3, or Food Wars Season 3, Episode 3. So, let's get into it. So, guys, in this episode of Shogeki no Soma, it's finally the day of the Moon Festival where people start to pretty much sell their shit, sell their food, and get the amount of profit they get from these tickets they use to, well, win, to get the first place spot and get the best sales overall. Now, in this episode we see, it comes to Soma's booth, at the start, he outright gets defeated. But at the start, he gets alright defeated by the Ape Seat. He gets defeated by him very easily. Like, he does get, like I said, he does get a profit. He does get some tickets. Unfortunately, not enough that made him really, well, people who came in last place. Like, he's not last, but you know what I mean. He came one of the bottom. He came one of the least profit stores, unfortunately, because as this is different to Shogeki, to the main Shogekis and those Food Wars, the difference between this and a normal Food War would be that your store will be instantly judged. It'll be instantly judged on people's affection to bringing customers, mainly not just because of the size, but also its looks overall. Not just because what Ape Seat pretty much tells, I'm just talking about his seat number now. I'm just mentioning my seat number. I can't remember names. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so fucking bad with names. I told you that so many times. But Ape Seat, he tells Soma over his food, his hot pepper buns, like I think that's what they're called. He tells them, those are pretty good dishes to counteract my food, and people get attracted to it. It seems good. But he also tells him that it's too bad people instantly judge by the way our stores look, and they go straight away to mine, because they believe mine was going to be more tastier compared to your food. That's the sort of thing he tells him, and unfortunately he's right in this situation, because the attraction that his store brings is more opening, you can say, more than Soma's store, which most people, if you do really compare it to a big store and a small store, which one do you more like to go to? Which place do you think is going to have the more tastier food? More like most of you go to the big store, because the big store will have not just better equipment, but they believe they will see better cooks there with better food. That's the kind of mindset we have when we think about it. The only way a small store can attract us is what Soma is doing right now. What he's doing is that he starts to, after losing, but first up, before he gets to this bit, before I mention it again, after he loses against Ape Seat in this round, for the first day, Erina, she pretty much forms a little meeting between pretty much everyone who participated in the autumn election, the main tournament, not the premier rounds. To talk about the main tournament, she was shocked that a lot of the, like, mainly the top three, but most of the people who made it to autumn election end up becoming one of the last place people. They end up becoming one of the few people who came last place. And surprisingly, I'm trying to get the fucking names. God damn it. Toroki, I think, and also, oh, fuck. Oma? Or, man, fuck, it was, damn it, what was it? Sorry, guys, Nose and Murray and everything. Toroki and Amara? I've got his name, fuck. Why did I forget his name? Bino smell like Spice Guy. Spice Guy, I'm just going to say that, Spice Guy. I think I called him Spice Guy before. Harima. Okay, with Todoroki and Harima, who are ranked both first and third place in the tournament. With Alice being there, their store came in last place. I think because of the freaking mistakes, and like, especially that team. That teamwork was terrible. I think the member correct, they came last place. Even though they're first and third in the autumn election. So it just shows you, they fucking got defeated in this. So, obviously because it mostly because of teamwork. But they pretty much, Arena, that's why she was here. She was complaining about how the freaking hell did people who came in the top ranking spots in the autumn election got freaking low, one of the most lowest selling rates amongst their students in the academy. That's what they were shocked about. And obviously you should complain about that. But by doing that, they're just like, except Harima and Todoroki and Alice, they just thought, they start just bickering at each other. That was just quite funny seeing that still. But I gotta say, but after they had this meeting, Yuki here and Meguri were now trying to figure out a plan to now start to figure out how to attract more customers in. Now, during this part, you can see Meguri coming from the from a kitchen from the school, I think, because it was kitchen 2, I think. I might be wrong, but kitchen 2. She comes out from there, and she sees Yuki here talking to someone behind the wall that's going downstairs. A wall that's going downstairs. And after that, she got there. The person Yuki here has talked to already left because he told them what to do. Now, the shadow we see of that person, I think I know who the guy he was talking. I think I know the guy, especially at the end of the episode, like the last little few seconds at the end of the episode after the ending. I'm going to say this. I think I know who the guy who Yukihiro was talking to. I think he was talking to the guy who learns how to copy and adapt people's food. That guy. If I remember correctly, the autumn election, that guy, I think he talked to him. So I wonder what he's going to make him do. Like, it doesn't show his face, but it's obvious from the freaking body, from the body shadow, the body dark shadow, it's obvious that is him. That guy. So, I wonder what Yuki is planning on letting him do. So, after talking to him, Yuki here tells Megumi to go get something. And I think it was tomatoes? Tomato paste? I think tomato paste? I might be wrong, but one of those. But I know it involves tomatoes. So, whenever he tells her to get something like that. And then, soon it comes on the next day. And then, suddenly, Yuki here's store starts to get more customers compared to what it did last time. Still not on the point to get the top ranks, but gradually improved. And the main reason why what he ends up deciding to sell were noodles. Like, I can't remember what type of noodles he was selling. Like, I can't remember the name of the type of noodles he was selling, but they were noodles. And they start to getting better, along with the hot pepper buds. He also starts selling those as well, which alongside them. So he starts to broaden out his menu. Now, of course, the store of 6 seats, also 8 seat also noticed that. 8 seat also noticed this during this episode. Now, I think second seat girl, the second seat girl, the one below the first seat, she then she's been walking around to see other stores, and she comes into contact between these two, and she noticed how Yuki here, and I think she, of course she doesn't go eat their stores or anything, she doesn't do it with both their stores, but what she does, she starts looking at the stores, like, I wonder what she's trying to, like, she's scoping at her opponents or something? I don't know what she's doing there. I'm wondering about that. That's what she's doing. It looks like she was looking at and try some of the stores' food. So that's what looks like she's been doing. But that's all I really can say about her. But now we're back to Yuki here. After this day, of course, he has improved. His rank reached higher than he previous was. So he's a bit more. I think around a decent, like for a regular person, decent level, but for a Totsuki student, freaking low still. But he has increased his sales a lot more, so he at least got better off there. But he's still way behind. He's still way behind 8th seat. Now, near the end of the day, what he done before the festival was done for the day, he goes around giving out free food both for the noodles and the hot buttons. Sooner or later, he ends up running into the Dark Witch Girl. You guys remember the one who made a lot of witchcraft-like food in the Autumn Election premieres? Like, if you guys remember that? That girl. He runs in... Megumi and Yukihira run into her, and, more in fact, she noticed them coming down, and then she sees what's the commotion, and sees, Yukihira and Megumi, and goes and talks, and I think this is the first time that Yukihira has ever spoken with, with Witch Girl, and so I think they have completely forgot one thing that I forgot they had in common. Those two had in common, and that is they like smelly and bad tasting food that seems horrible to see. But they like doing these kind of things. I completely forgot Yukihira likes doing that as well. I know she did, but I completely forgot. Well, I knew, but I didn't forgot that he also has a very big interest in getting these very bad tasting foods like she does. So what I did, they start interacting and they start to get along because they start making terrible tasting food and they start getting along, which is quite funny. Like, okay, Yukihira found someone who's got the same similar hobby as him, which that is good. So when it comes to testing, he may have her testing now. He gets the Force Megumi, but I think one of the excitements that they both get is then other people that they're not going up liking the food, try their food. It's just the pleasure they get. But that's what the interaction they get. So it's quite funny seeing that. But then afterwards, he tells him what he tells him what he's been doing because of his store. Plus and also what him and his dad did back in their festival, back in their home. Back at their summer festival, back home, they try to interact customers by giving free sampings, and that's what Yukihira does. But instead, as his booth can pretty much be walk around with, he can easily go around and sell food to people. Unfortunately, part of the rules in the tournament that they are restricted to one section of the place, not to move around, but I'm talking about for where the booth officially gets placed. So that's what I'm saying about this. But overall, near the end, Yukihira of the day, Yukihira goes around and just brings out free stuff. He doesn't sell anything. He decides to bring out everything he had left. He decides to give free samples to people to try. And by doing that, it does interact customers to the future for the next stage, because it now spreads word that this store has freaking good food. Of course, all the people who got free samples obviously know this is only for now. They know they have to pay next time. That's why they all aware of that. But of course, they fully accepted free food, so obviously they came around. And what Yukihira is getting is also getting ideas from the customer to see what they like and see. Adapted to his food, so he can make it good for people who want to come in for a specific sort of taste or specific type of food they want themselves. That's what Yukihira has been doing all this time. And then I think that's how most of the episode ended off. And Yukihira is now trying to figure out also how to attract more customers, how to fully attract more customers to a store, not just just so they can beat 8 seats. And that episode ends with that. And then let's go back. Well, the main episode ends there until after the ending. It goes back to the end of this ending bit. And the little ending bit, like I said, it's more likely the copy food guy copy guy, big copy guy. He will be the one. I think he's the one who is helping Yukihira out. And his Yukihira's story, he's there for some reason, and I definitely know the reason why he's there, because Yukihira told him to go there, and I'm just gonna say, it's quite funny how the two people Yukihira knew back in middle school, who if you guys see them, if you see them in the last episode, if you see that these two girls in the season, both season 1 and season 2, I think. Actually, no, season 1. It's only season 1 because I don't think you hardly saw them in season 2. You hardly saw them in season 2, but season 1 you definitely saw them quite often. If you guys remember that, for those two girls, their whole reactions to see like, this is not the normal Yuki Hironi, no! Like, they almost seemed that they were, like, shocked to see what was going on, and I believe who they saw was definitely him, because the only way someone of Yukihira's powers can make people think Yuki might be open or stuff, be aware, feel like Yukihira is there, but then realize it's not Yukihira, has to be him. So, yeah. And overall, that's what I've got to say about the overall episode. Animation looked good, I didn't see any terrible things going on, and yeah, that's all I've got to say. And guys, that's my anime review to Shokugeki no Soma Season 3, Episode 3, guys. I hope you guys like it, my channel fans today. If you guys have anything else, down below. Mind that, and yeah, hope you guys like it, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys! Wow.